Hey there, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Erik Kostrzewa here with another edition of Beyond the Forecast, which we have every Thursday. We're a little bit late today, had a few things to take care of, but we are rolling here with more on a rainy weekend and also some cooler temperatures. It's going to feel more like fall as we get into early next week. Some of the lows at night could get down into the 40s for some of us. What I'm going to do, I'm going to throw the graphics up. We'll take you through it, and then we'll get you back to your Thursday evening plans. The rain returns here soon. Those clouds are increasing all day today. Got a little bit more of that mugginess in the air, which all points to those rain showers coming back in. Those are going to begin here this evening. They will get heavier a little bit more overnight. And as we go into our Friday morning, we'll get a little bit of a break in Friday afternoon. And then Friday evening, more of those showers and storms are expected. We'll have additional rain Saturday into Sunday. All in all, 1, maybe even 2 inches of rainfall possible area-wide through Sunday. And there is a chance of some stronger storms on Friday. We will see those on and off rain showers. So not a widespread rainfall, but on and off rain and even some thunder all weekend long. Put those graphics back on, get over to my actual graphics on the other side. And there's a look at that rainfall, likely lightly raining now over towards Mount Pleasant, Alma, into Owasso. Maybe less so Owasso, but definitely more so closer to US 127. We have temperatures that are all now in the 70s. We will drop down into the low to mid 60s tonight. So a little bit warmer of a setting. And there's that cold front and associated low. You can see a lot of spin happening right up here into Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota. And that spin is going to generally track right through the lower peninsula. It's going to be a very slow moving system. Upper level low and surface low are basically going to be moving at the same speed. So we're not going to be able to kick this system out as quickly as I know a lot of us would like to. It's not a 1-day system. It's more like a 3.5-day system because it is going to kind of get dislodged from everything that would move it along in the atmosphere, and it'll just slowly meander itself like a slow moving escalator, I guess you could call it, or one of those walking pads you see in the elevator, slow moving one of those. So you're not going to have a whole lot of movement compared to what would normally happen, and the system would move through in a day to maybe even day and a half. Now, there is some severe weather that's happening out here into the plains, Missouri, Iowa. That's going to be our morning round of showers and storms. The good news is severe weather not expected with that wave, but we are going to have to watch out for some stronger storms later on as we get into the evening hours, especially tomorrow. For tonight, down to 67. We'll have those rain showers on and off throughout the night. And there may be even some of those rumbles of thunder that could wake you up a little bit early. And then Friday, scattered showers and storms, one wave in the morning, another wave in the evening. We'll see some drier hours in the afternoon with more of those scattered showers and storms, especially in the afternoon and evening on Saturday. A little bit less of a chance Saturday morning, but there still will be a non-zero threat of that rainfall. So now through midnight, you can see that wave coasting on through. We will all be pretty much inundated with some light to moderate rain by the beginning of our Friday. And then into Friday morning commute, we'll have some heavier downpours, some thunder and lightning as well. We are going to definitely watch out for that. Then you can see we get some drier hours into the afternoon on our Friday. I'll jump back into here. You can see by 3 o'clock, we've got a couple showers and storms out there, but a lot of us are dry. We're going to have to watch into the evening and closer to about midnight for this wave. You can see moving through Grand Rapids over towards Lansing. Should be in a decaying fashion, but could see some gusty winds out of that wave. And then as we roll into our Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, more of those pop-up garden variety showers and storms. They move through quickly, and then we get another one after about an hour and a half. There'll probably be some rainbows in the sky out there on Saturday and also into Sunday because of how individual these cells will be, how hit and miss they will be, and then you may get a couple rays to give us a nice little rainbow at times with those showers and storms on our Saturday and Sunday. But you can see on Sunday, more of that wave of rainfall actually moving in a north to south fashion because of the low that is going to be primarily right about here. So we're going to see that counterclockwise flow right around the low, bring more of that moisture in for our Sunday. Not great for any weekend plans. As we roll through these next couple of days, we're expecting about 1 inch or 2 of rainfall. It's quite a bit in a short period of time, but should not lead to any significant flooding. We'll watch out for some minor flooding that could happen if we get a couple waves of storms over the same locations in a short period of time. which could definitely happen as those storms rotate on through Saturday into Sunday. Here's that Friday severe weather outlook. Majority of us are in that darker green, so entire area has that marginal risk. I know we get into the lighter green in our far northern communities, but overall, I would say everyone is under a risk of some stronger storms tomorrow. Tornadoes, hail, unlikely. Winds would be the main threat, and of course, we have that isolated flooding that could also happen. Could there be some larger hailstones? Sure. Could there be a brief spin-up tornado? Not out of the question, but those are two of the highly unlikely categories for our severe weather risk on our Friday. Has been a very uneventful and unactive severe weather season, and it's likely going to be the case once again tomorrow. Here's that 7-day forecast, 80 tomorrow, then we're in the 70s for the rest of the week. Check out what happens Monday into Tuesday. Low 70s with those overnight lows Monday night and Tuesday night, well down into the 50s and away from Lake Huron Tuesday night. Could definitely see some 40s. Let me see if I can pull up a graphic that'll show us that extended temperature outlook, because it could get pretty chilly out there as we get into our Wednesday morning. The good news is it is a short-lived cold spell, so we're not going to be hanging on to the fall-like feel for too long, but with everything coming out, pumpkin spice, I believe pumpkin spice lattes start next Thursday at Starbucks, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll be at 77, cool morning. Might not be the worst to go get your hands on one. But overall, we are going to see some of those cooler temperatures for most of next week, which also not be bad for the Ally Challenge, which will get going late next week into the weekend. Hopefully we can keep those rainy conditions away for the entire weekend. Some models say yes, some models say no as we get towards next weekend, but we will see what ends up happening. If you give me a moment, I'm going to grab that graphic that shows us the extended temperatures. If I can find it on here, sometimes it is a definite hunt to try and pick out some of these temperatures. Doesn't look like it's there, so I'm going to have to go into my folder here of graphics and find that there. But I want to show you just how cool it could get as we get into the middle of next week. More so early to mid next week is where we're going to be watching those cooler readings potentially. You bear with me for a moment. Got a lot of graphics. Sometimes it's hard to tell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. And now my computer is going a little bit slow, but this is our extended model. We'll get past this weekend. I'm going to actually put it out for 7 days. Moving on the fly here. We'll go to Wednesday of next week. Okay, that is why. I have to change this a little bit. But you will notice when I'm able to get this up that it could be quite chilly. Make sure that's on temperature. And we'll go with the GFS. So we have to use our extended models, the ones that go out several days to even a couple weeks, to really see them those temperatures are not what I would expect. So let me make sure this is correct. Not. All right. So that's good to know. Okay, now that we have that taken care of. And that one is also giving me fits. All right, there we go. Now everything is settled. Here is Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock. You can see those temperatures compared to the feels like reading. So I'm going to actually move this, get our usual look. You can see that once we get into our Tuesday morning, got some 40s that could happen. can see 49 in Alma, feels like it's 46 that morning, feels like 47 in Flint, feels like 48 in Owasso. So we got some upper 40s away from Lake Huron. But take a look at once we get into our Wednesday morning, we'll likely see some of those chillier temperatures as well, lower 50s, maybe a little bit warmer here on this model. But overall, it is going to be quite the difference with our temperatures. Just kind of shows you that anything could happen when it comes to these readings here this time of the year. We get a couple cold spells that are coming through out of Canada. It will be a brief stint with those. And I'll show you that graphic that I was able to make a little bit earlier to kind of put it in perspective how quickly this wave is going to move. So we are getting out of the warmer air as we pass through tomorrow. We'll get into the 70s this weekend. And then you can see that cooler air that starts to reach into the Great Lakes Monday into Tuesday. When you start to see the lighter blue, that's some of those more fall-like conditions that are coming out of Canada, but that will start to erode, start to move on out as we get towards the end of next week. So we'll start to warm things back up if you're not a fan of getting into some of those cooler temperatures just yet. See if there's anything else I want to show. If not, I will wrap it up here. I will show our travel forecast at least. We usually like to do that here on Thursdays. Just if you are going to the west side, north, south, east, west, wherever you may be going in Michigan, will be a rainier day Saturday compared to Sunday on the west side of the state. We will have some areas of shower and thunderstorm activity as well on Friday. And as you get closer to Lake Michigan, of course, a little bit cooler, but a lot of mid to upper 70s here from Chicago to Kalamazoo, Grand Haven, Saturday into Sunday. We'll also have mid 70s, even some upper 70s to low 80s on the way for Saturday and Sunday in our eastern locations. Saturday and Sunday will also feature those scattered areas of showers and storms, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will also have those scattered showers and storms. Further on off to the north, we'll be in the 60s for those high temperatures in Marquette as we look towards the weekend. Also in the low to mid 70s, a little bit on the cooler side, just like last weekend here in our northern communities. All right, that's going to do it for me. I'll put the 7-day forecast up, give you an idea of what's ahead, and then we will wrap it up here momentarily. Always appreciate you guys joining me here live. We'll be back next Thursday at 7:30. Promise it's at 7:30 next time for another edition of Beyond the Forecast.